Hello everyone. Last time I played some pretty interesting levels, and as you can see, I went and got par times on all of them, as well as completed the hard mode of Black Diamond course. This one took me about an hour and a half of attempts. It was pretty hard. I failed the last jump twice, which was exactly as depressing as it sounds. But it was very fun. And with that out of the way, I still am not even touching this level. Let's go to Bridge Builder. Let's see what this has to offer. So, this looks like... Right, I turned off music. This looks like a pretty straightforward Sokoban level. We need to cover everything. Okay. Yeah, wow, okay. So, I'm just going to take a second to analyze the game board that I've been presented with, and then I'll see if I can include any thoughts later. Okay, all I'm really noticing is that some things need to eventually get pushed onto the bottom and top rows, but I'm not sure if I really have a good methodology for determining which moves are good yet. Moving this left is useless. Moving the one to the right of me isn't that good of a move either. If I move this left, then I have to move it two to the left, which I could push it immediately upwards, but that would prevent me from pushing things in the row underneath it downwards, which might or might not be important. If I push this one to the left, then I can at least advance a little bit. So let's do that. Okay, so we've got another crossroads. So if I push this up, then we lose the puzzle. Actually, let's do some counting. I'm going to count all of the targets and all of the Shogun stones. So this will be a second. Okay, so there are 16 of each. So no overcounting, no undercounting. They're exactly the same. So yeah, that means that everything has to end on a target, so anything that is permanently in a state where it can't be on a target is a fail state that we should avoid. And I already sort of have an idea of what's going to happen. I'm just going to do this for demonstration. Yeah, so it builds a bridge, quite literally. So, we can't push things against the walls or in corridors where we can't, like, we're forced to push them into a wall, so to speak. We cannot push this one up. If we push this one left, we cannot push it all the way left. We could put it somewhere, but... Okay, so here's something. If I make this move, and then this move, that allows me to enter into here, Interesting that there's a little pocket above me here. I'm not entirely sure why I would use that. Okay, I think I've identified another move I can make. If I push this up, then I can reverse this move. So... Right, okay, so identifying the first real tangle here is everything to do with pushing these two blocks at this little junction. So if I were to push the one above me to the right to enter, then that would create a deadlock where I cannot push those from the inside of the little enclosure that would be formed. So I have to find a different way in. And that being said, I'm not sure if there is a way into here without making that happen, because this top row is pretty firmly locked by that one stone, so I can't enter through there. If I enter through here, then we enter the aforementioned deadlock. If I push this up, then we're locked. If I push this left, then it's potentially recoverable, but... okay. No. No, not quite. And if I push this one left, I can move it one space, maybe two spaces, but it doesn't allow me to enter into this little enclosure. There is a chance that I have already reached an impossible state, so I'm going to restart. So let's reassess this. That's a nice match. Okay, so instead of pushing this left, I'm going to make this move. So yeah, I'm going to have to actually start making serious analysis of each move with the sort of enclosure logic. For example, I cannot push this left right now, otherwise I'm in a deadlock with the enclosure formed by this one and the one sort of diagonally down left from it. Since I need to push this right and I need to push that one over there downwards. So states like that I have to avoid. So this is not where I go. I do need to push this right and down eventually. We can think about moves to make in the meantime. What seems like a good move? This seems modestly safe. I'm going to do this. I think... Okay. Here's something. If I have this Shogun Stone here and another Shogun Stone here, then at the very end of the puzzle, my last moves can be pushing both of these up one, and then that can be my way to the exit. So there's something. Okay, so how do we resolve this deadlock here? We need to get into that upper left corner somehow, and I think I see how to do it. So the Shogun Stone 2 up, 2 right from me needs to be pushed left. And it can be safely stored there for a while, and that'll give me the time to push this one down and that one on the top to the right. And as soon as this one is pushed down, this one right above me, that allows me to tuck the top one, potentially, 2 to the left, instead of just having to like sit there where it is now. So that's another thing. Okay, I'm going to do some risky experimentation. I'm just going to try to declutter the space a little bit and solve some random sets of Shogun Stones with hopefully avoiding some conflict. So I'm going to start by pushing this one down to here. Okay, I've identified another long-term goal to work around, which is that if I'm sort of like thinking that I'll solve the ones closer to the bridge last, then take a look at this spot right here and right here. I cannot resolve this target by pushing something here and then moving up. If it's already right here, then I would have to enter either through this upward way or through the bottom way. But there's a thing here, so that doesn't quite work either, which is seemingly implying that I need to, like, let's say that this one is just right here. And that this one is right here. Then in order for me to solve for this one, how is that going to happen? Well, I guess it can happen if it's just already there. So I guess I'll do that. There we go. Okay, so now these are freed up to be solved anytime. I need to push something into this general area. And also, there is you. I need to move you down. And that needs to happen pretty soon. So you can go away. And we'll push you into place. So now you are there. We're a little bit closer to solved. We do still need to push something onto this bottom row. Are there any sort of weird conflicts? Not that I can tell just yet. So I'm going to make a risky call and do this, just to solve this now. And I'm going to push you. I'll tuck you there, but I'm not going to dedicate to putting you here just yet. We need to move something here. No, we need to move something down here, then here and down. So I guess this will be where you go. Okay, yep. I guess let's figure out if there's any more tangles we should worry about, and if there's any easy targets that we can just deal with now. Okay, we need to perform a shuffle of some kind. This one is going to go to here, then the one above me can go somewhere above, but also there's this one, which is also unaccounted for. So we need to shuffle both of these up. And I'm thinking I will do that like this. So we'll just move you up as gently as we can. Okay, now we've hit another tangle. Specifically, okay, we can resolve that by doing this. Now when we move you up, we need to push you right. And if we move this one left and up, that does block a way. When we push this one right and this one down to move this one, it's going to be here. And we're going to have no place to go unless we move it here and then push it in here from the other side, which might be viable. Actually, this looks like a pretty okay puzzle state. Let me see if I can't solve it from here. And there you have it. Okay, level finished. That was quite a doozy, but also quite interesting. So let me take another look at that. Part-time, yeah, it's about what I figured. A lot of that was spent thinking, so I can probably manage that. Yeah, that was a neat little puzzle. Okay, easy skyscraper. So we've got a downwards motion. We need a hammer at some point. Okay. Yeah, touch those scissors to cut your rubber band. Presumably... Okay. Let's try going over here. Maybe this will be fine. Let's just do this. Okay. There shouldn't be too much of an issue with me just sticking myself to these. Of course, I can accidentally hit the death if I'm not careful. But here we are. So now let's see what's going on down here. I see 4 oxids. Okay. This one is looking like it'll probably resolve itself. Sincerest apologies for that sudden pause there. An ant climbed onto my hand. But just like that, level solved. Funnily enough, I think that's the second level in the entire game which has had gravity. Actually no, that's false. There's 2 I can recall. There was the directional force maze. Okay, we've had quite a few levels which apply to force to the ball, but double pendulum from the training, or whatever it was called, level pack, was the only other one with a downwards gravity that I can recall. Anyways, automatic transmission. So I believe this wrench lets us reverse the direction, of these little turn blocks. So our goal is to set up a path that lets these boulders hit these stones. I'm not sure what these little grayed out ones here are. Interesting. Okay, good to know. I don't see a magic wand, so presumably no manual redirection of these boulders. Just to be sure, do they turn in the direction of the arrows? That's the first experiment. Okay, well they move with the arrows. I guess that's a better mental model. So they move wherever the arrow is moving on the side that it hits. So that'll be good to keep in mind. Next up, to plan a path, I guess. Okay, so applying some more ice sliding puzzle logic here. The boulder needs to hit this one by moving down from here. So it needs to be moving left from here. And what can it hit in order to do that? I don't know, actually. Huh. Okay, let me think about that. Okay, I just needed to make sure. That changes things. Let's reset. Yeah, I just sort of had to think. Actually, more experimenting. Huh. Oh, it's only this one. Interesting. Okay. So none of these other ones can be pushed. Only this top left one. Interesting. Actually, okay. I see a different line which can make us hit this little watered pond oxid. Instead of moving down from here, we can instead move right from here or here. For something to move up here, it would have to be moving right into here. There are no surfaces which allow that, so it has to be moving up from here, which means it has to be moving left here. And in order for that to happen, it has to be moving down here, which means presumably it has to be moving left here. Either that or up here. Yeah, I'll just sort of figure this out on my own, I think. I think I have one line, so let's go ahead and test it out real quick. Looks a little something like this. Well, I can't say I was expecting that, but it shouldn't be an issue. Now we know that it's adjacency, which does things here. And not just hitting them. So that's good to know. And if I hit this with the wrench, yeah, I can't expect anything to happen. So next up, we need something to presumably be moving left in this row, which would mean that we do indeed move this up. So it's facing like that now. And then it needs to be moving up from here, which means it has to be moving right from here. Okay, I think I'm getting something here. Okay, I think I've got another line. I might need to switch some things partway through, but let's just test. So, yep, you move like... Oh, right, the hole. The hole which I forgot about. How could I have forgotten? The hole! Okay, maybe I can figure something out like this. Well, I should have expected that. I think I was on the right path, but with the wrong timing. Okay, let's restart again. I guess we should ask the question if the boulders are capable of hovering over water. I feel like they are. I feel like that's a behavior I've seen several times in prior levels, so I'm just going to trust that intuition. You can see that I was racing to hit that one block and then horribly failed twice, so that was fun. Yeah, I forgot another part of this, which was supposed to be changed, which was that this should be pointing this way, and not the other way. So that's another restart. Okay, and somehow got a part-time. Okay, Tough Skyscraper, so this is a sequel to the previous puzzle. Guess I'll check out what we got going on here. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Mildly ominous. We need to push this thing, I think. So let's go ahead and do that. I see oxids on the left here, so that's something to keep in mind. Also, not sure what's up with the impulse stones. Oh, actually, those can hit the oxids. That's what those can do. Never mind. I guess I just tricked myself into believing that was a game mechanic. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I wasn't supposed to hit those, So I guess I'll return to the start. I think I pretty clearly favor one path over the other for that little drop. It is really punishing if you die on that side of the things. And it's really unfortunate too, because the mouse motion is just so delicate to try to like constantly counteract gravity while not also overshooting into the ceiling death. Not sure what else to say. I guess I'm just really bad at doing that sort of motion. Okay, I accidentally hit my take screenshot button instead of my mute mic button, which I have now, by the way. But that was, yeah, that was a level. Okay. This is disturbing. Yeah, something went wrong is an apt title for this level. Okay, that wasn't actually too bad. Just a little weird. Hexagony. Okay, that's a fun title. So we've got Rotors of Death on all sides, and presumably a maze. Okay, I think I got this. Okay, and it's this type of level too. Okay, so I did note that there were oxids on the sides, so I guess that's something I have to deal with now. Moving on the edges is actually quite nasty. It's okay most other places, but on the sides, yeah. Let's check the side edges too. Or I can just die. That too. Die many times. Yeah, I need to get used to the push and pull here. Okay, so there are oxids on the very far edges. And this will probably be good enough of a baseline for me to just start playing the level now. Very unfortunate miss there. Okay. I think I will leave it at that for today. So let's review all the levels we played. We completed a whole 6 today. That's actually pretty good by this Let's Play standards. Bridge Builder. I'll assign that... I'll give it a 7. That was a modestly okay Sokoban. Easy Skyscraper. I'll give it a 5. Perfectly average. Automatic Transmission. I'll say the same. It was just like a modest little puzzle. More like an ice puzzle than anything. Tough Skyscraper. I'll give this a 5 as well. I'm giving out a lot of 5s today. Something went wrong. It was cute. I'll give it a 4. And Hexagony. I'll actually give this one a 6 because I like the unique gameplay of moving the little, like, cellular blob of rotors. That was very fun. And with that, that is all my Enigma for today, so see you next time.